Today we're going to show you how we stop my Fiat from eating oil. What's going on, folks? Eddie here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. As you know, in a couple episodes back, I showed you that we're trying to redevelop the PCV system in this car. So we went through a few revisions until John got to this one. This revision is nothing short of brilliant. What you're about to see today is John inventing a whole new PCV catch can system for the car. It's not a couple of catch cans like the last thing. This is truly something designed for the car. Here's the astonishing thing. I'll tell you more about it after, but my oil consumption is gone. I'm consuming 0 oil. And to give you an idea of what type of oil consumption I was dealing with, my car was consuming about 1 quart of oil every 500 miles or about 800 kilometers. That's a lot of oil consumption. That's a crazy amount of oil consumption. It's remedied, and my mind is completely blown. So we've got the PCV system sorted for the built engine project. If you like what we're doing, don't forget to hit that like button, smash it if you so desire, and don't forget to subscribe. It's what your mom would want you to do. And your dad, he'd hit the notification bell, but only once. Dad only does things once. One time only, that's it. No repeating.
So we're gonna have a fitting here for the breather side. Going to get trapped in this area. It'll still be able to come around the back side to the secondary fitting, and I've got a oil drain on the bottom in case the 2 sides get blocked. We have a secondary baffle in the middle for it to breathe.
Okay, that's cool.
So it can breathe through here, over here, and then in the bottom we have a little tiny hole.
That's fantastic.
So it's going to share both sides. So it should be like quadruple, double, triple, not gonna leak.
And do you think there's any value to having more than one small hole?
I want to keep the hole, so you're gonna remember, we set this up to where we can have it move from side to side, so we can do testing from PCV to breather side.
Yeah.
So if one side is giving us a problem, we can flop them on the can and see if, for development reasons, we're gonna be able to flop this and find out which side is gonna be more optimal for our breathing.
Gotcha.
The small hole in the bottom is going to be set up for our drain. Because remember when I said when we go into vacuum, I want to be able to capture more vacuum in one side of the can than the other. By having that small hole in there, we'll be able to put more vacuum in this side can. If this side fills up with oil and we have the drain on this side, when we put it into a vacuum, it's going to pull all the oil from this side over into this side and then deposit it down into the drain when we're in a vacuum.
That is super cool.
Yeah, so we want to keep the hole small so it's not pulling from the filter side.
Gotcha.
Do you remember we're running a filter into this also?
Yeah.
So we'll find out. This should be pretty cool.
This is the benchmark for the 124. This is the car that I want to be able to beat. Now, even with the Julia engine, by the time everything's done, John's perpetually working on this thing, so I don't know how well that'll work, but this is the benchmark. Do you like your car, Johnny?
A little bit.
A little bit? Yeah. Oh, sloppy. I love this car. All right, fittings. What?
Beautiful, pre-colored engine.
Oh, come on. There's certain things you can use to modify your car from somewhere like Lowe's. One of the things you don't want to use is the PVC.
Well, you do know what PVC pipe flows, right?
What's that?
Lots of shit.
Smart guy.
For moving hair.
Aside from the fact that if it gets hot, it'll start throwing vapors into your engine, but that's besides the point. Do you like PVC gas in your engine?
Absolutely.
All right. So if you're going to write a list of things you can use on your car from a place like Lowe's, PVC is a no, but you can get copper fittings here. Copper fittings are useful. Think this stuff will work?
Well, I gotta see if this is 5/8. I have 1/2 inch. I have 3/4, so if I have all this tubing, I can go through and weld the fittings on. I won't use weld fittings, I'll use tap and thread fittings for future builds, but for right now, I might be able to take what I have and use it.
No, it's just for R&D. It's just testing on my car, right? Mm-hmm. Not a big deal.
You open the hood on your car?
Yep. This needs to work 100% before we can move on to the built engine. Want to make sure this is 100% sorted. That way we're not still dealing with this with the new engine. The funny thing is John actually wants to do some stuff on the QV engine as well to do with the way it deals with some of its garbage, but that's for another day. I'm gonna let the man think. The box that's going on top of the manifold is essentially to deal with all the oil collection. So the OEM one drains back. I guess the simplest way to think about this is just an improved version of what they did from the factory.
It's how you should do a race car, honestly.
Yeah.
Based on what I'm looking at here and how we're going to go about dealing with this would be how I would do like a scavenge system on a road course or rally, like on a rally car.
But in terms of using it on a daily car,
it'd be fantastic.
I'm kind of excited to see how well this works. The last system worked okay. It just caught too much oil in the system, mostly because of the lack of baffling in the top of the valve cover due to MultiAir taking up so much space, but hey, that's not a big deal. This looks like it's going to be a phenomenal fix. We'll know through testing. That's part and parcel with this kind of fun stuff. Anyhow, he's making progress. I'm going to leave him alone.
This is proper. This is really proper. Yeah, and this is gonna work probably far more phenomenally than anything that's ever been done on the Fiat market before.
Yeah, this looks promising. So this new system is relatively advanced compared to anything else that's been done with these things. Wow. Like the last system worked okay, it's just the cans were filling up pretty quickly due to the lack of baffling in the valve covers or something along those lines at least. But good lord, what John's done here is, well, it's pretty incredible. I mean, look from this angle.
Well, during testing, you gotta remember during testing we pulled the vacuum by putting air.
When you blow compressed air into some of the ports on this box that John's designed, it actually pulls a vacuum when you come off throttle, which is phenomenal because the OEM box does that.
Yeah, I think we got lucky.
Yeah. You did good, John.
You know what?
I'm dying to see how it works, but
I'm gonna take a picture.
you should do that.
It looks fantastic.
It looks amazing. Okay, so that wraps it up for me down here for the day. I'm gonna head home. And the drive home was uneventful. That's a good thing. So it's actually been about a week and a half since that was filmed. And I've been driving the car just to get some mileage on it and see how this new system does. My car has consumed 0 oil, none. My mind is completely blown. I'm absolutely astonished at how much of a change this has made. You gotta understand, like I'm used to my car just eating oil and it's all fixed. It's kind of amusing. It's kind of a piss off, but it's fixed. My engine pulls 1,000,000 times harder now. I'm consuming absolutely no oil. The only logical conclusion at this point is that it was actually my PCV system that was defective. Replacing that shouldn't have made that big of a difference in the car as far as I'm concerned, unless there's something else going on that is, beyond what I can come up with at the moment. And, that's a possibility. But to me, what I see at this point is that changing out the PCV system has been a fix for the car. I can only assume that not having a bunch of oil dumped through the turbo has had a positive impact on the way the car runs, because the car feels absolutely amazing now. It does not feel anything like it did all of 3 months ago. It feels a lot better. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you want to know more about the black car that went into the tree, you can click on this link right here. If you want to know more about the white car that's getting the built engine and then the QV swap, you can click on this link right here. We also have a Fiat 500 we're working on. You can go take a look at it right over here. And then finally, don't forget to subscribe. Have a great New Year's, folks. Later.